Hi garden lovers, welcome back to another resplendent garden. On this episode we explore something a little different, our first public garden. It's called Hendricks Park Rhododendron Garden and it's located in Eugene, Oregon, Zone 8. We are speaking with head gardener Emily Aune as we meander through the winding paths swaddled in floral bursts of rhododendrons in all their springtime glory. So come with me as we go over the fence. Hi garden lovers! Today we're here at Hendricks Park Rhododendron Garden with Emily Aune. She's an amazing city worker who I used to work for. And I always worked here in the summertime and the late summertime. And Emily was like, oh, that sucks because you're missing the most exciting part. And she's right, because it looks like a freaking, looks like we're in a candy factory.
It's exploding with flowers right now.
Yeah.
Early spring.
So you have worked here for how many years now?
I have worked in Hendricks Park for 15 years, and I've been the head gardener about 13 or 12 years of that time. I really love this place.
Yeah. And I know that you have a dog named Rhodey.
I do have a dog named Rhodey.
So you love rhododendrons, I take
And
it.
I love Rhodey. I love rhododendrons. I've grown to love them. I didn't come in loving them. I started in the native plant world and liked native plants a whole lot. And the longer I work here, the more I realize there are just thousands and thousands of rhododendrons. They're all different, they're all unique. But the park also has magnolias and viburnums and ground covers and just so many different things.
Awesome!
Yeah.
I can't wait to see. Let's go check it out.
We have evergreen azaleas in bloom right now. We think this one's called Sherwood Orchid.
Wow. We think.
We're not sure about everything here.
Okay.
But we get close. It said this whole bed was full of Sherwood orchids. But I noticed there might be two kinds.
Is that just, a product of many, many years of head gardeners?
Yeah, it is. It's hard to keep track. There's about 11 acres of rhododendron garden, and sometimes we'll get storms that will take out a bunch of rhododendrons, or freezes, or we get a bunch of new rhododendrons, and it's just very hard to track everything. So
I feel that for my own garden.
Yeah, right? It's a lot. And, this garden has actually, it was planted in the 50s. There have actually only been 3 head gardeners because each of them stayed close to 20 years.
Well, they must love their jobs.
Yeah, it's a good job. It's a good job. So then we go into the main lawn area. So I think we'll do something like the main garden loop. Cool. I would like to show you our native azalea.
Okay.
And it's right by the cleanest public restrooms in all the city.
The cleanest public restrooms in the whole city. That's what we just heard.
We're going to take good care of them. But this is a very big specimen of our Oregon's native azalea.
Okay.
And go ahead and give it a smell.
Ooh!
Isn't that great?
Yummy!
So we don't see a lot of these in Eugene or the Willamette Valley. They're a little further south of here, and they're in riparian areas. This is a very tall, old specimen. So it's our native azalea, but notice it's called Rhododendron occidentale. And people are always like, what's the difference between a rhododendron and azalea?
What's the difference between a rhododendron and an azalea, Emily?
Well, nothing. They are all rhododendrons.
Okay.
And we call azaleas a certain subsection of rhododendrons that have multi-stems or are deciduous. It's a certain Latin group that I won't say any names of because I'll get it wrong, probably. But they're a subgroup of rhododendrons. So they're all rhododendrons, which is why we call it the Rhododendron Garden, even though we have azaleas and rhododendrons.
And is this the same plant? Just
it
not
is.
opened
All
up yet?
3 of these are the same. We actually did some rejuvenation pruning on these two, and we're gonna do this one after it flowers this year. And so I think that has something to do with its lateness of blooming compared.
It definitely looks a lot bushier.
Yeah.
But less blooms.
What we were going for.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Well, thank you for keeping one so we could see the beautiful flowers.
We probably just didn't get to it. But you're welcome. And yeah, they've used our native Western azalea in a lot of hybrids and cultivars.
Oh, okay.
And it carries through the smell.
Wow. Well, thank you, Oregon native azalea, for your contribution to the world of horticulture. That's a pretty cool one.
Yes. It is. You can see that. We'll go this way. Are you blown away?
Yes, she is. Wow. That is so gorgeous.
Yeah, this is a very unique rhododendron with its color scheme. You don't find too many yellows. And this one has a yellow with a red.
Oh.
And we have, on our plaques, we include the name, whether they're a hybrid or a species.
Thank you for doing that.
And then who the hybridizer is and what year they made the cross. I mean, and I'm mentioning there's so many different kinds of rhododendrons. I mean, this is a rhododendron too. It's not blooming yet, and it's just got rounded, glossy leaves.
Is that the full size, or?
No, this is a couple years old. We have one down at the bottom of the hill that is about that tall.
Okay.
But it's a slower grower and nice glossy leaves.
Yeah, those are so glossy.
And then a purple flower that's pretty cute. That's rhododendron daphnoides.
I know you have a ton of deer that live here, but they haven't destroyed these, it looks like. Your little cute little hostas.
Yeah, these hostas were a gift. And, you know, I'm a sucker for free plants. And I thought planting hostas was a pretty bad idea because there's about 10 deer that just live right over the hill there. And they sleep there every night in the more natural area. And then they come up every morning and they eat all my plants. So you'll see some plants in cages. And certain times of the year are harder than others. And so those hostas, they're called curly fries. And they're a skinny, wavy little hosta. And we have discovered a deer deterrent that we spray right now once a week on a certain group of plants, and then it can go to just once a month. And it makes the park smell really bad. It's a mixture of putrefied garlic and rotten egg.
Oh.
And
So what day do you spray that on?
Yeah, exactly. Whichever day. We try to do it earlier in the week, so it's not as close to the weekend. Okay. And it's worked pretty well.
And that's just for a few things, right?
It is,
hostas,
yeah. Our hostas.
Magnolias, or camellias, right?
Yes. They really like to eat the Camellia japonica leaves when
That's
they're
too bad.
Early and fresh.
Okay.
And then some of the maples, like the Japanese maples, can get kind of hammered.
But not the roadies.
Not the roadies. Roadies are kind of toxic.
Oh, okay.
And poisonous to animals and us. Behind us, we have a very nice dogwood tree.
Oh my gosh.
It's Eddie's White Wonder, and it is a cross between our native dogwood Oregon and Florida. Well, we haven't even gotten to the really good smelling rhododendrons yet.
Ooh, take us there.
But we're close. Start smelling the wind. The wind's blowing the right direction for the big white group of rhododendrons on loader eyes. Well, you can smell that one, but I can't. That's the group of loader eyes are very good smelling. They smell like, say, root beer, candy, bubble gum, and sometimes it just walks across the whole park. All the loader eyes have the same two parents, and so they're all siblings. They're like slightly different crosses and have slightly different things going on, but they all smell good. And they all have this beautiful orange bark. Some almost look like Madrone, so orange and smooth.
Well, that's another fantastic thing about those.
Yeah, and you don't see it until they get old. And here's another rhododendron that hasn't. Well, maybe it did. Yeah, it did bloom. I also like this kind of time of year because it's already bloomed, but now we're getting the new growth shooting up. And these are fun. There's some rhododendrons that have this really fuzzy underside.
Yeah.
It's just as soft as a teddy bear. There's one even named Teddy Bear.
Oh.
But got enzumentum is what it's called. And
is it always like brown colored?
they vary a little bit. It's often brown, but this one has tan, brown, bright orange. Some enzumentum isn't as fuzzy, but it's almost metallic. I really like that one. But the new growth, the new growth, that's the enzumentum. The new enzumentum is white, and then it'll turn brown. But I will say, there's always visitors, and the garden is always beautiful. We have so many different rhododendrons. They're blooming from February to July.
Okay.
And then sometimes there's usually a summer break where they're like, I'm too hot. And then by fall, sometimes there's some second bloomers.
Okay.
That will give some good fall color. And then with just the diversity of plants too.
Yeah.
The maples have a nice fall color, and we have a good fall here too. So spring and fall are pretty spectacular. So we're entering into our alpine bed, we call it. And we planted a lot of small leaf rhododendrons and more alpine species that can get full sun and grow in thinner soils. And so we actually added a rock mixture to our soil, some gravel.
Okay.
Initially.
Yeah.
And it's pretty new. The plants are small, but the irises sure are doing well.
It looks like someone actually made a little house.
Yes, a lot of mysterious things happen in this park. Kind of the beauty and the downfall of working in a public garden is sometimes you get nice little magical things, and sometimes you just get like graffiti on the tree. The hardest thing is when I've been babying a tree or a plant for a couple years, and then a deer just breaks it, and it's just like
the day that it graduates and you're like, all right, I'm gonna take your cage off.
Watering you. Yes, the day I take the cage off, and then it just goes. I'm like, okay, too soon. That's another nice rhododendron leaf. Well, both of these.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I do like to highlight the diversity of rhododendrons because they've been getting a bad name lately with lacebug.
So yeah, I have heard about like climate change and how much water they need. So you're saying that you shouldn't just hate all rhodies, just plant the ones that
Might
do well
do better.
in our
Yeah,
changing
some
climate?
some deal better with drought than others. We do live in a tough climate where we have 3 months of drought in the summer. That's really hard on most rhodies.
Okay.
So that's when they do need supplemental water, but it can be once a week, a good soaking. And the older they get, the more established they'll get. And if they're in dappled shade, you're further ahead.
And these are Quercus scariana, the Oregon white oak.
Oregon white oak, our native white oak.
Do you think these were here when the park was formed?
I do. These do look a little smaller and skinnier, but we had an ice storm a couple years back that almost stripped all the branches off all of these, many of these. And so they have been here a long time. Oh, here's another lotorite that smells really good. Gotta do a scratch and sniff on your video.
In the bark. I don't know if that technology's out yet, but
Someday.
and this bark.
Yeah,
Goodness.
see how sweet that is?
Wow.
We got replacement drinking fountains this year. Delicious.
Yeah. Is that Mackenzie River water?
Yes it is.
Yum. Yummy yum.
Oh, Oregon. I can also show you a dove tree.
Ooh.
This is the first time I've seen this one flower. It's a little bit younger. And sometimes people call them tissue trees, and they're similar to dogwoods in the way that they have the bracts that hang down, and the inside is the flower. And it's a unique tree. It's a Vidii involucra.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. So whimsical.
Dove tree or tissue tree. Dove tree's a lot prettier. from a distance, you look up and you think the tree's full of doves. But then when you look down, you think it dropped a bunch of tissues. Yeah. We have a couple named areas, and they're usually named after the people who donated the funds for them. Okay. This is the McCready Arbor. Okay. And it was a donation from the McCready family. Cool. And we're trying to grow summer growing clematis on it. But the deer also like to eat those at first. So we'll see if it works. And then down this way we get to the rock garden, but I'm not sure how far down you want to go.
Yeah,
we could be here for hours.
I know, right?
So let's
stick with the main loop.
But just know there's a very nice rock garden with all sorts of more alpine species, rhododendrons and conifers.
Yeah, it just kind of goes on, huh? Do you know the total acreage? Of the rhododendron garden, about 11 acres are in garden. Oh, wow. And they're all down a hill, and you can't drive to the middle, which is part of the magic and how it's quiet, but also part of the hard work. Yeah. It's just always something to discover. Oh, there really is. I mean, I've worked here for 15 years, and every year I've learned something new, see something new. Oh, I used to check this trash can every day.
It was pretty full, wasn't it? I just looked at it, too. I don't know.
Oh my gosh! What is this, row of honey gumdrops?
This is another bed that we kind of redesigned to have another little rockery alpine bed section.
Are these just the tiniest rhodey leaves ever?
Yes. Okay. They may be the tiniest. If not, they're definitely in the running.
And will they stay kind of low and just ground hugging?
But then a ground cover with those purple flowers. I mean, it almost looks like rosemary, right? But
yeah, it
just
really
completely different.
So are these all the same? These beautiful?
I think they are.
Better than honey drop.
Yeah, I think they are the same, if not related. But we recently decided that these were called rhododendron luteum.
Oh, okay.
And so
decided.
I've joined the Rhododendron Society and made some friends, and I'd have them come walk around the park with me, like once a month or something while things were in bloom. And so Harold Greer was one of the folks who came around with me, and he's like, "Yep, that one's rhododendron luteum." Yeah. And I believe him more than most. He kind of wrote the book on rhododendrons.
I think there is a book, right?
There is a book that he wrote.
Ooh, I love this grass. What's this?
This? You love this?
Yes, cute.
This has helped plant itself in most places. It is, it's actually not a grass. It's a sedge. Okay. Those are some edges on there. Yep, there's some edges. A generic name is foothill sedge. We think it's Dewey's sedge. And it is a native plant. And our general rule here is if there's nothing else there and it's a native, it's fine. It's helping erosion. It's keeping other weeds down. Okay. But if it's growing up into a rhododendron or another plant, we'll weed around the base of that plant so it doesn't block out sunlight. So we have a little work to do there. We have a little work to do here. Never-ending work, right? Yeah. Ooh, how about this one? This is a weird shrub that it doesn't look that exciting, but it is flowering right now. Ooh, like a little spider on there. It's a very weird spider. Want to smell that one? Cute. Well, now I do. It smells kind of funky. I think it smells really bad. What's it? It kind of smells like cat pee. Oh, yum. I'm not gonna smell it. Yeah. I think a beetle pollinates it. Cameraman does want to smell. Tell us what that smells like. It's kind of a... Not everything smells good. Okay, one more for you to smell. It will be this next what do we call
Is it
this
gonna
one?
cleanse my palate?
It is.
Okay.
It is. It's going to help so much. This is a cool cross of two of the East Coast native azaleas and the Atlanticum with the canescence. It's good I have the plaques right there.
I know.
But this is such a dainty little pretty flower, and it does smell super sweet. And it's the only one we have here, so I want more.
It is very dainty, and the leaves are so dainty too.
They are.
Yeah,
They are.
Cool.
So yeah, more yellow azaleas. We have a lot more down that pathway, and we have a lot more of everything.
And
so you'll have to come back.
And even in winter, you provide the sarcococa, so that must smell amazing.
Totally.
I mean, I know it does.
Yeah, I think that any time that you make it here is a good time. People call, what's the best time? And it's just like, yes, we're pretty close to the best time.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was last week or if it's going to be next week, but we're in the peak bloom season. Did you notice this big twin fir tree?
Oh, yeah.
That's one of our biggest fir trees. I think that is actually two separate trees that were growing so close, and then they fused.
Amazing. Oh, lovely.
Isn't it nice?
It's just gorgeous.
Can you hear any of the water running?
I can hear it.
It's funny because there's always so much work to do here, and I'm always running around. And I don't think I sat on this bench for at least 7 years. And one day I was walking with a coworker, and then we decided to sit down here.
Aww.
And I was like, "Oh, this is very nice." I mean, the sound of trickling water in a garden is a very, very nice feature. So, and then the birds love it here. We see hummingbirds. I've seen hawks in the morning, woodpeckers, and everybody comes to visit the fountain. And on this side, I'm trying to start a species-specific bed. It already had a couple species rhododendrons, and I kind of like to collect them all. When I first started working here, there's so many rhododendrons. I was like, how am I ever going to learn them all? And my solution was learn the parents, learn the originals, learn the species that are native to somewhere. China, England, they're from all over the place.
Wow.
And so I figure if I know all the parents, which there's thousands of native ones, then I can start to see the parents and the hybrids. These are the spotty dotty that Donna planted in the fall. It's starting to get their little flowers. They are so spotty. This was a wet spot, partially due to the fountain that was leaking. So we're trying to get some wet loving. That's spotty dotty is the Chinese mayapple. We have a native mayapple too, but this one's from China, and that's a cultivar that's especially spotty. And this is kind of an extension of the dry, we call it the xeric meadow, that we're trying to experiment with low water areas in this garden. This we call the xeric meadow. It actually was full of horsetail, and the previous head gardener just cut off the irrigation, and it has very little horsetail left.
And do you know how long they cut off the irrigation for?
Well, probably a total of 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah. so there's still some horsetail
easy
down
to get rid
there.
of horsetail. I mean,
But what
just
we've done,
15 years of no watering.
Yeah, or you can just turn it into lawn and mow it, and your horsetail will go away. But we'd rather have gardens. So we're playing with, she started it and wanted it to be a meadow, and I'm trying and attempting. And so our main grass is our native Romer's fescue.
Okay.
And then we have some tall ornamental grasses, and then lots of different shrubs like manzanita and this grevillea, which seems to bloom all year long. It's been blooming since December.
Wow.
There's just always a bloom on it, and the hummingbirds love it.
And I love your pearly everlasting. It's such a staple in this garden.
Yeah, and we're mixing native plants in with the non-native plants.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah. Yes, you can really see the more.
What $1 million view.
Meadow view. There's one of the fuzzy cat's ear, the calicortus. You know this plant, Donna? They're so cute.
Oh, cute.
They've got little fuzzy petals.
Aww.
And so it's a native plant. And we bought some bulbs and we planted about 50 in here.
And that's the only one you found?
We found 3.
Okay.
And they might just be getting started. But we will see.
Oh,
I want flowers and grass.
Here's a little bit of the nemesis.
Oh, yep. So all the horsetail is just down here at the very base of this because that's where it stays the wettest. On the downhill part.
Oh, okay.
Oregon sunshine. Yeah, I love mixing native plants with non-native. Those will be the mules here.
Okay.
Our native sunflower family. White Ethia.
And this is the California fuchsia, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
that's probably just drapes over beautifully.
It does. Well, summer. So this garden is great in the spring. It's great in the fall. It's even great in the winter. And the summer is a little rough here.
Okay.
It's hard. There's not many things flowering. And so that California fuchsia is one of the things that puts out some nice red tubular flowers and hangs over. We have them all along the wall. Yeah, we were lucky to have your help last year. About 6 months, Donna worked here and I let her design a couple beds because she's good at it. And so she introduced me to a lot of summer blooming and drought tolerant plants. So we did this and then a third bed that we'll have to definitely see that later in the year.
Yeah, definitely.
Steep hill.
Yeah.
And it's way far away.
Wow.
You can see our picnic area shelter down there that the public can rent.
Okay.
And there's a fireplace and a deck and it's nice
surrounded
for
by
small gatherings.
Okay. And it's surrounded by the native plant garden.
Exactly.
And Emily will program in the lighting herself. So if your lights don't come on.
It's my fault. Yep. It happened last week and I'm like,
oh no,
I haven't missed one in so long. It was such a busy week. Yeah, I mean, all of Hendricks Park, we have the rhododendron garden, and I mentioned like 11 acres, and then the native plant garden is about 3 acres, and then the forest is about 60. So Hendricks Park is 80-acre park, 79, 80. It's a big, beautiful place, and it is the city of Eugene's first park. Nice. So it's the oldest park in Eugene.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
1906.
One of 2 public gardens, is that correct? You have the Rose Garden and Hendricks Park.
Yep.
Nice.
Those are them.
Yeah. And this is one of your fun projects that you had me plant.
There is a rhodie growing in a tree.
Wow.
Rhododendrons really like to grow in old wood. And so we're decorating this stump. But up here, I'll show you where they're doing it naturally. Here's more giant lodorized. This is King George and Queen Mary. But see this fallen log?
Yeah.
We kept it here because we didn't want to haul it out. But look, it's a home for new seedlings. It's acting as a nurse lodge.
Oh my god.
Rhododendrons seeds are falling. I haven't actually seen this blooming yet. But there's another one in bloom. And it probably has some loderite parentage. But I mean, look at that new growth on this one.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
So maybe it'll be the next winning rhododendron, and we'll name it Donna. The path we're walking up is called the Founder's Path, and it is one of the oldest and first plantings of the park.
Okay.
So we'll see some of the oldest rhododendrons. So here's another different. This poor thing has been dying one branch at a time.
So it's just reached its age. I mean, is it the conditions or?
I don't know for sure, but when
old feller.
rhododendrons or most plants die one branch at a time,
Okay.
it's usually a disease.
Oh.
Root rot, Phytophthora is like the common rhody one. So I've been thinking it's been Phytophthora for a lot of years, and there's just not much to do about it. We did a little experiment with it this winter, and we pulled the mulch away from the base.
Oh yeah,
because sometimes
exposed.
Yeah, sometimes trees or rhododendrons can get too buried, and roots start crossing and can cut themselves
see that going
off. So maybe it was root rot, but I actually went in and water drenched it and did some root pruning. So far, I haven't seen stunted flower or leaf growth. So fingers crossed. This is an example of what's hitting a lot of rhododendrons. Azalea lacebug hits rhododendrons and azaleas. And you see yellow stippling on the top, and the bottom's always dirty looking.
Is that like the poop?
Yeah, it's poop. And they've laid their eggs. Right now they're still in egg form, but the little babies will hatch after so many warm days in a row.
Can you see them at all?
You can, but not right now.
Okay.
Every now and then I might find one that's just hung on. But they don't really hatch until like June. So you get good flower and you get new growth and it all looks good, and then about June they start sucking the chlorophyll out. And this is another big reason people are like, no more rhodies, they get lacebug, it's hard to treat. Soap sprays do work, but they're prolific breeders. So they really have like 5 life cycles in a year. You have to do it all the time. And you have to like spray the underside of the leaf. It's hard to control.
Really hard.
But what I notice and what I see around here are some that don't get it at all. And when I talked about the fuzzy undersides, the endomentum, that's an easy way. Go to any nursery. If you see a rhododendron you like and it has a fuzzy underside, it won't get azalea lacebug because their little legs can't crawl around on the bottom of it. And then there's some that don't have endomentum and still aren't getting lacebug. All the smelly lodoris don't get it very bad.
Nice.
And they don't have endomentum, but for some reason they're not getting them. So,
and someday you're going to publish a book with all of the rhodies that people can plant that don't get azalea lacebug.
Yes, I've started a list.
All right.
I'm trying to get it out there.
Emily to the rescue.
Yes, no.
Well, Emily, thank you for such a riveting tour.
You're very, very welcome.
Thank you. Hendricks Park is owned and operated by the City of Eugene, but it wouldn't be nearly as beautiful nor cared for without the Friends of Hendricks Park, a nonprofit that provides stewardship for the park through education, restoration, and community support. Consider supporting the park by volunteering or donating via friendsofhendrickspark.org. And please support the work I do by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Thank you, and be sure to join us again for another trip over the fence.